Welcome to episode 20 of Barrels and Banter, sponsored by Dog and Field. In this episode, we have a banging tale, a firing line debate. Is it ever okay for fishermen to be negative about a shooting person's pastime? It's your turn to shoot with the craziest things that someone has asked for in a puppy. We have a confessions and questions, and the question is, why when you search for shooting clothing are there 300 or more items for men and less than 100 products for women? Hello.
Stop.
Oh.
Don't start.
Oh.
We've got some important stuff to attend to first.
Do we?
So, now is your time, people. If you have not yet left us a 5-star review or a lovely comment to say how amazing we are, how much you enjoy it, now is your time. I will not proceed with this podcast until you have done so. It is a few second job. So, Apple, Spotify, wherever you are, 5 stars, all you got to do is hit them.
Could I do the countdown clock?
Do the countdown clock. You may proceed. I just needed to have a word with the listeners.
My little tale is purposefully put into the podcast after the game fair.
Oh, okay.
Because I may have done something naughty a few years ago, and I don't want other people to copy me, and then the game fair get annoyed with me, because what if they do get annoyed with me? So allegedly this happened, but it did maybe it didn't happen.
You don't want to be
maybe I just made up
trend-setting?
this story.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not even real.
Maybe you're lying.
So a few years ago, I apparently owned a Renault Espace. I mean, doesn't get cooler than that, let's be honest. Living in the south of France, driving a Renault Espace. I mean, people carrier. What a dream.
What colour was it?
Grey.
Grey?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Mm.
And drove back from the south of France, wanted to go to the game fair. So I
Dedication.
thought, perfect. Dropped the kids at my parents', lived in Surrey. I think that year, I want to say it was in Hatfield House, North London. Mm-hmm. So dropped the kids at my parents', mentioned to my mum, can I borrow a couple of lilos? And she was like, okay, if you want to, because I had a plan. I looked at the cost of camping. I was not going to pay the cost of camping. And we were going to drive to the northern end of London, and we were going to sleep in a lay-by on our lilos. Fancy.
As you do.
Absolutely.
Could have got an Airbnb, but you know.
Could have got an Airbnb, but there were literally none available, because this was all a little bit on the kind of like, oh, let's just do it kind of end of things. And so we jumped in the car and we drove up and we drove around and we went and got some dinner. And it was probably like 9:30ish. We're driving around, we're looking at lay-bys, and it's kind of trying
to choose a nice lay-by.
Choose a nice lay-by, and then I just was like,
with a few flowers.
What if we get robbed in the night? Obviously, highly unlikely in a Renault Espace. Don't imagine many people drive past Renault Espaces and go, primed for nicking.
Yeah, I'm gonna hijack that car.
But I just started to think, I don't know if I'm going to get a very good night's sleep, because I'm just going to feel like the bogeyman's going to jump out and be like, ugh.
Yeah, I don't think I'd be up for that.
No. So, came to the conclusion, maybe we were safer in the campsite.
Yeah.
And then I was a bit like, well, I'm pretty sure you can't just buy tickets now. So my husband said, don't worry, I've got this. And we drove in.
You broke in?
No, we just literally just drove in.
Allegedly.
Exactly. Because it was quite late at night. Mm-hmm. Everybody else really had already parked up the caravan. So we just looked like we'd dumped our caravan, gone out for dinner, and we're just driving back in again. Yeah.
Yeah.
Drove in.
Check in at that point, I doubt.
Had a bit of a look around, went to the furthest corner possible, found a pitch, even had like a little line round it. Thought to ourselves, this one looks like it's got our name on.
At least you stuck to the rules, kept within the lines.
Kept within the lines, yeah. Blew up the lilos, popped them in the back of the car. Turns out that they were actually wider than the car. So that was slightly complicated, because we hadn't accounted for the fact that the wheel arch very much cuts into the boot of the Renault Espace.
Oh, okay.
So we've now got 2 lilos in a V shape with a couple of sleeping bags on top.
You could have just gone for like a blow-up bed.
There is a blow-up bed, lilo.
Yeah, but lilo's a thing you lie on in the swimming pool, isn't it?
No, it's the same thing.
I thought a blow-up bed was a blow-up bed and a lilo was a thing you like lilo on in a swimming pool.
You lilo on it, do you?
No?
No.
I'm going to consult Google about that one. Okay, please proceed.
Anyway, so lilos, and we've got our lovely sleeping bags in there. Jump in them, pull the boot down. Fancy.
Nice.
Yeah.
5-star.
Tuck in, a little bit uncomfortable for the beginning of the night. I actually didn't have too bad a night's sleep in the end. Mm-hmm. Turns out the reason was when I woke up, my husband's lilo had deflated. Mine had filled the back of the boot. And he basically had just spooned a wheel arch.
I'd imagine that wasn't very comfortable.
On a flat lilo.
I can just imagine pressed up against the side and you're like,
I was just laid on an eyeliner in the middle of the boot.
I can also imagine like, I daren't wake her up and complain.
So pop that boot open in the morning, pop down, use the loo, lovely. Went to come back and the bloke next to us
Used their
was like,
showers, wasted their water that I didn't allegedly pay for.
might have
Maybe.
not. And the chap next to us was like, did you just sleep in your car? Maybe. Did you pay? He went, well, in the future, I might do that trick, to be fair. He said it's very expensive sleeping here if you bring your own stuff.
Yeah.
So, allegedly. So, yeah, it wasn't actually too bad a night's sleep for me, to be fair. And, I mean, we spent a lot of money at the game fair at the end of the day. And
people are going to out you now.
We did go with the best intention of sleeping in a lay-by.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but at the end of the day...
You didn't want your lovely car to be hijacked.
Yeah.
Worth a fortune, that would have been.
Do have to think about security and safety of the people.
People might drop you in now, and at the next game fair, your face might be blown up on a wanted list. Don't let this woman in. She owes us for camping. Allegedly.
But how do we know?
Prove it. I know you could have made this story up.
I have got a picture of the back of the car. Should I put it on?
Yes. We'll attach the alleged picture of the... I mean, it could have been made up on AI. Could have been an AI picture.
To be fair, it's pretty grainy. It's a fairly old picture. But
allegedly.
Listen, how do we know I was at the game fair?
Could have been anywhere.
Could have been anywhere.
Could have been in your garden.
Exactly.
We will attach the picture to Instagram, social. I say we like I do that shit.
I need to try and find that picture.
Celine will, and then you can have a look at the Lilo incident.
Our firing line debate this week. Is it ever okay for a fisherman to be negative about a shooting person's pastime? Now, Sarah...
You're trying to wind me up.
I know that you have borne the brunt of some fishermen's
I really attract fishermen.
Opinions.
I don't know why. Yeah, this one's... Buckle up. Could get a bit ranty on this one. Got nothing against fishing, other than I don't like fish. They're slimy and they make me gag. Have tried fishing. You gay fishing?
I love fishing.
Nothing against fishing.
Did you say you gay fishing?
Hey?
You said you gay fishing.
Gay fishing?
Is that not what you just said?
No.
What did you say?
I've got nothing against fishing.
But then you said you gay fishing.
You go fishing.
Oh, go fishing.
Are you a gay fisherman?
Could be.
Some of them are, I'll tell you. Anyway, allegedly. Celine's already cut me out of this pod for saying something else. I get a lot of backlash from fishermen. So I'll put up a picture of a buck that I've shot, have a picture with it, whatever. And then I get a lot of, why have you taken a picture with it? Or do you not think you're cruel for killing animals? And I mean, there's a variety. Some come at me for killing animals. Apparently that's cruel. My view on it is, okay, at least I eat what I kill.
Yeah.
It's for a reason, managing deer, sustainable meat, blah, 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 blah.
Except for obviously foxes, in which is vermin control, so it's the other end of the spectrum. There are ends of it, yeah.
And then, but they're okay to go fishing and hook a fish for fun and then just throw it back in the water. But that's fine.
Because funnily enough, a lot of these people that comment, if I'm honest, are not sea fishermen.
No, they are just
They're carp fishermen.
Yeah.
They're specimen carp fishermen that fish carp out of a lake, stand with them,
just for
take
fun.
a picture and then put them back in again.
Yeah.
I don't see that many people that are fishing what I would call sea fish or edible fish making the same comments.
It's just like a hobby. Then one guy put, fair enough shooting it, but why do you feel the need to pose with it? His profile picture was him posing with a fish. And I was like, I don't know, John. You tell me, buddy. Oh, but that's different. Why is it different?
Isn't it always different when it's always different?
Different. I had one guy that I couldn't even get into it. He commented something and I just put, Phil, don't even get me started. I can see your profile picture. I'm not even going to go onto your profile because I am going to lose my SHIT. I'm trying to stop my swearing.
Okay.
I just don't get it.
Really
I've said to them, in the grand scheme of things, if you were going to be against either, surely you should be against fishing more because you're wounding the fish, you're shoving a hook in its mouth, you're taking it out of the water, you're stressing it out, you're posing for a picture, then you're putting it back in the water. And very interestingly, a fishing friend of mine messaged me, can't remember, haven't got my phone on me, showed me the statistics of the amount of fish. Statistics. Sorry, I'm getting angry, you can tell.
Yeah.
of how many fish die that are released back into the water, and it's actually quite high.
Really?
Because of the stress, actually quite a high percentage of fish that die. So that fish has died for your pleasure, you arsehole. I'm sorry, I know I wasn't going to swear.
That lasted 30 seconds.
Whereas my animal didn't suffer.
No.
It was eating 1 minute, it was dead the next
I
minute.
have no problem with fishermen. I think if they do it well and it's all, treated in. But I don't think you can sit on a pedestal and be pious to then turn around and be all like, well, what I do is acceptable and what you do isn't. I think you have to realise
naive, very
field
naive.
sports just sit in the same bracket. If
Yeah.
you can't, it's very difficult to differentiate between any of them, if I'm honest. You may have some that you prefer and you're a bit more comfortable with than others, but I firmly don't believe you can be 100% against one and yet participate in another.
No.
You may not be fully on board with something, but not to the point that you would slag someone off online. It makes no sense whatsoever.
Imagine if it was the other way round. I shoot deer, but I'm online giving someone grief because he's fishing. Oh, I think that's totally cruel. I think that's unacceptable. Can you imagine? It just doesn't... If you're a vegan, come at me all day long. Actually don't have a problem with that. You need something else. Change subject because you wound me up with them fishermen now.
Well, I will bring a light bite to proceedings.
Thank you.
A big thank you to our advertiser of this podcast, R&B Sporting, who this August are celebrating 20 years of serving the shooting community. Whether you're into game, clay or airgun shooting, they're a name you can trust. Based in Ross-on-Wye, R&B Sporting has grown from small beginnings into a much-loved gun shop, stocking everything from shotguns and rifles to optics, ammunition, country clothing, and all the accessories you could need. Plus, they also offer service, repair, and storage, a real one-stop shop for the shooting enthusiast. So whether you're buying your first gun and not sure how to start or adding to the cabinet, Rob and the team at R&B Sporting are always happy to help with expert-friendly advice. Congratulations to everyone at R&B Sporting on a fantastic 20 years, and thank you for supporting our podcast.
Field Notes and Anecdotes, let's talk about what we've been up to.
What have we been up to?
I think we've kind of on a similar page, really.
Yeah, we've been pushing fishermen off of boats.
We have had the poults come out to the shoot, haven't we? Up at Lambert's Castle shoot. And the poults are in.
Yeah, in.
And we've got a new duck pond this year, which is very exciting, which you've come to see.
Very good.
We have fenced our duck ponds so that when the ducks are young, they don't have a predator issue. So to save that problem where you do get some ducks will sleep on the riverbank, some will sleep on the pond, our entire duck pond is fenced and then a little bit, well, very much so, like a pheasant pen, to be honest. But then we lift up that wire and then they'll come and go.
Yeah.
But just when they've got a little bit more nous to sleep right on the pond and not be all over the place.
You don't want to be sat there all night on fox patrol, do you?
No. And it's taken a couple of years, actually, to get that pond built because we had such bad rain for a couple of periods last year that they couldn't get the dam to hold.
Right.
And it's an area that's been quite wet down at the bottom of a drive that we've got called Knox Bank. And where it sits, it's quite boggy, but it just is, funnily enough, the drive on the other side is called Badger's Bog. But it sits and it would hold water, but not enough. And now we've built that up. So that's looking really good. And the poults are in, which is lovely to see.
Yes,
I like this time of year. And then you've popped along with Fia to have a bit of a
training session.
A poult watching session.
Yeah, she was pretty good, to be fair. I was actually quite surprised. Not too crazy. There's hope yet.
I quite like, it's really nice having your own shoot when you can take a young dog out and just sit them up and just let them watch.
Yeah.
We know I don't personally dog in with my dogs. Willow would be fine at dogging in, but I don't want to egg up dogs, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
They're for picking up. And so I kind of sit them in a different boundary to a dogging in dog. But I do take them out and will let them sort of sit up and watch poults. And actually they all did very well with that. It's quite good just to be able to get them just to sit steady.
You can do it if obviously not everyone has access to that. Do it with chickens, ducks. Do you know what I mean? I used to do it.
Some people have a rabbit pen, don't they?
Yeah, I used to do it at work. Where I used to work, she had chickens, so I used to always take the dogs along, and I'd sit them outside the chicken pen every time I went in to do them. And then I gradually built up to like the chicken pen door would be open, but they wouldn't come in. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you just get them around flappy stuff.
Yeah, I think so. And things that move quickly and just having that ability to just sit still while things happen around them.
Yeah.
I remember years ago taking one of my dogs. I thought, God, I don't think she's ever seen sheep. And on a couple of the drives of the shoot that we were on at the time, there were quite a few drives where sheep would be in the same field as the dogs working. And I thought, oh God, what do I do if I take her out there and then she's funny with sheep?
Yeah.
So I sat her in a field of basically a neighbour. I said, can I go and put her in this field? Because we didn't have sheep at ours at the time. And all the sheep came and sat round her. And I've never seen a dog look so terrified in her life.
Bless.
She literally was sat there completely surrounded by sheep and her eyes looking at me were like, how do I leave? How do I leave? How do I leave? How do I leave?
Aww.
But much better than having a dog that hasn't had any form of exposure. Like you say, chickens, anything like that's quite good, because then when they do see them, it's just not quite as exciting. So
I had a spaniel back where I used to live on a farm, and she used to go and hang out in the field with the sheep. She wouldn't worry them. She wouldn't chase them. She wouldn't really bother by them. But it was like that was her field as well. And she was just like jumping, like, well, yeah, it's my field too. And she would just mill around doing her own thing, and the sheep would do their own thing, and neither of them bothered each other. And
none of my dogs are particularly bothered by sheep.
No.
It's just something else out there. They're too focused on me that that's just something that happens to be an obstacle in the way of them walking across the field, and just sort of walk looking at them like, you're a fluffy cloud, fluffy cloud.
Cloud on legs.
It's your turn to shoot, and to start with, we have the craziest thing someone has asked for in a puppy. I feel like this one could spiral, so please do send us some more of these, because some of the ones that we've had so far have been quite amusing. Sarah, hit it.
As a stud dog owner, I regularly get messages from bitch owners asking, how much does he weigh? Because a puppy inquiry has asked them. My immediate response is always, let me guess, first time owner? It's a Labrador, not a Great Dane, crossed with a Shetland pony. You know roughly what size they're going to be. There isn't going to be a dramatic reveal at 12 months when the puppy unfolds into a giraffe. If you want a small dog, buy a Chihuahua and be done with it. I mean, fair point.
Yeah, I do get quite a few questions. But then equally on the flip side, Willow's like 20 kilos, and then you do get, Labradors that are like 35 kilos. So they do range a fair bit.
It's no different to a smaller dog though. Some people buy like these smaller cockapoos and then they end up growing massive, don't they?
Yeah, well, Willow has had a couple of really small ones that have grown on and remained her sort of size. She had a couple that have been flipping giants. You just can't really tell, to be honest.
It's like people, isn't it?
Yeah.
One family wanted a puppy whose colouring matched their first dog. Not similar, not the same colour, an actual canine colour swatch.
I had that.
Did you?
Yeah. If they were yellow puppies, and she basically sent me a message and said, could she come and see them? And I said, well, no one views them till 3 to 4 weeks. That's just the rule.
Yeah.
I'm not having coming and going when you can't tell anything about personality, anything about them.
I always say they're just like little slugs, aren't they, when they're born?
So they come before they leave their deposit, and this lady came and she was holding them up to the window, one at a time, like above her head. And she did pick another one.
Like Lion King or something.
Are you okay? Yeah. Are you okay? It's just like, well, I want the one that's the same shade as my last dog.
Oh, for God's sake.
I didn't sell her a puppy. She's the only person I've ever not sold a puppy to that has wanted one. Because I said to her, I cannot give you any form of guarantee that that dog will remain that colour. And she said, I want a puppy the same colour as my previous dog. And I said, what do I do when they get to 8 weeks and it's not like the colour that you wanted, or something's changed? Then what am I supposed to do? So
well, yeah, especially with like yellows, that they're
sometimes they can go a bit lighter, sometimes they go a bit darker. I find generally they darken off, but the really pale ones sometimes go slightly lighter.
Yeah.
And you just can't tell, and also you definitely can't tell when they're older.
No.
I've had some what I would call quite mid yellows that have ended up really quite dark over the years.
Well, look at your dog at the minute. It's chocolate.
Oh yeah, I have got a chocolate black Labrador that's had a bit of sun bleaching happening.
I've had people pay a deposit and at 6 weeks then ask if I can keep the puppy for an extra month because collecting it wasn't convenient, as if I'm running a Labrador left luggage service.
I've had that too.
Have you?
Yeah. Probably. I feel like I might have written
Did you
some
write
of
that
these.
one?
No. Someone else says, my personal favourite, they brought their child to meet the litter, then asked if I could put mum away because the child was scared of dogs. The dog they'd come to buy from the dog breeder.
Oh, for God's
What
sake.
I wouldn't sell to somebody.
No,
that
I
had
wouldn't.
That. I just would think to myself, that's a dog that's going to come back when it's not all cute and fluffy and small.
And this, let me just put it out there, is where you know that you are a good breeder because you are happy to say no.
Oh, yeah, I'd
It's
rather
the
keep
ones
it.
that are like, it's a sell, it's a sell, it's a sell, I need the money. You will happily, if you're not happy, you will just say, not having it.
No, I think if somebody put that one out there, I'd be like, and he's staying with me. One asked if the puppies choose their own collars. Oh, I've seen these on TikTok.
Choose their own collars?
Yes, of course. Every litter holds a democratic election at 3 weeks old. The yellow collar puppy also runs on a platform of more biscuits and fewer naps.
Oh, for God's sake.
Yeah, have you seen them online? It's because there was this trend where people lined all the collars up and then let the puppy in the room and the puppy goes and chooses a collar. Like that would make any difference to you buying the dog.
Who's got time for that either?
Well, and also, if you've got a load of black and yellow Labradors, they've been collared before they've reached 3 weeks because you're surely weighing them to know what they are.
You'd think.
Can I collect today? They asked. The puppy was 4 weeks old. It could barely operate its own legs, never mind start a new life. Yeah, that would have been a no as well.
Yeah, you're off the list.
Gosh, I should imagine. There's a few more here. We will save them for another time and we will get you guys to send some more in.
There are some people out there, aren't there?
I think it's a lottery, that one, isn't it? It's definitely
I'm going to say what I
lottery.
always say, and that is there are some people as well that are just a waste of oxygen.
Don't forget, if you've got a new puppy on the way, then the brand new fire hose dummies from Dog and Field are perfect. They dry quickly, they're durable, they're lightweight, and they float because they're cork-filled. Fantastic for young dogs and older dogs alike.
We've had a write-in from somebody about our mental health topic, and they say, glad you brought up the mental health topic that affects so many people in the shooting arena. Up until
Arena?
Well, yes, arena, but I was going to say area, but actually it was arena.
Oh, okay, that's for me.
Did it?
Yeah, sorry. Please proceed. Me correcting you. How dare I?
Up until very recently, I've suffered a lot with survivor guilt after I had to give CPR for 45 minutes until help arrived. Even then, I stayed physically exhausted to hold a tarp over the gentleman while the ambulance crew worked on him. Unfortunately, he didn't make it. After the event, I was told I could leave. I did, and since 2021, I didn't tell anyone what happened. Gosh, that's hard. It was only until 2025, when the toll was putting a lot of strain on me, my family, and my marriage, did I finally tell my wife. Unfortunately, I have zero confidence in Gloucestershire constabulary, and with trust at an all-time low, it's hard to have that open and honest conversation and trust they have your best interest at heart. I'm very lucky that my wife noticed how much shoot days on our syndicate mentally helped me improve throughout the season, so she invented Rifle Club. A group of us meet every single month. We go to each other's land, shoot targets or clays, and laugh, take the piss, and then go out for a meal. But the important thing is we all talk out of season. To my surprise, each member is struggling or has struggled. It's opened doors to us reaching out to each other and talking things through. I love that. It's one of those where everyone gets together, don't they, during the shooting season, and you spend 5 months doing stuff and everyone's in and out of each other's lives and doing things. And then maybe you'll have a barbecue in the summer during the 7 months off. That's it. And an idea of something like Rifle Club. We do have a couple of work parties where people come along and a couple of guys that help out. But actually having something that's like a regular point where you're still in touch with people.
Nice, yeah. And like-minded people that are all like into the same sort of thing that you're into.
Yeah, because if you're retired, great, but even you can still do it. But if you were at work, are they the kind of conversations you have with some of your work people? Probably not.
No.
Whereas they're more something that would come up while you were doing an activity you enjoyed.
And I think that's it. It's about being out and about as well, isn't it? It might not even be the conversation. You might not even want to talk about it. But just getting out and knowing that people know and are on the same
in a relaxed
level.
environment.
Yeah, and you're doing something like we keep saying that's taking your mind off it.
Yeah.
It's focused on something else. I do think that's fantastic. What a lovely idea.
Mindfulness of being focused on something is a big thing as well, isn't it? Because when you're doing something like target shooting, we talked about this before, you are focused on, should it be left a bit? You're not thinking about anything else because you are focused on hitting that target. You're focused on hitting those clays.
I really think it overrides everything. I was watching something recently, actually. It was about a horse racer. It was all about the story of her racing. She had quite bad ADHD. And she said the only time I'm like at peace is when I'm on that horse. Because for that entire race, she said, I'm thinking about nothing other than, is it in the right place? Is it going to jump right? Get it to the end of the race. It's just like silence. And I get it. Do you know what I mean? Because you are so focused on something that you love
That's really good. Thank you for writing that into us. I think that's really interesting. We'd love to hear more of those. I'm sure it's a topic we'll come back to as well. Confessions and questions. And our question this week is, why, when you search for shooting clothing, are there 300 or more items for males and less than 100 products for females from shooting brands?
I think because originally it was a very male-dominated world, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
I mean, I remember a time back in my day.
Back along.
I know I don't look old enough, but when I was younger and I used to go beating and stuff, I would wear men's stuff. I would wear men's stuff. I would be in like a men's XX small, extra small check shirt and the extra small trousers, or you would just try and find a pair of green jeans or something.
There was a company, they're probably still going, that used to make check shirts for children and teenagers, and I used to wear that age 15 to 16 because it was slightly more tailored. It wasn't as big in the body, but the arm length was okay.
Yeah.
But it meant that you looked less like a sack of spuds and you were slightly more tailored in the body, but because they were made for 15, 16-year-old boys.
I think everything we wore probably back in the day was all boys or men's, wasn't it? I can't think of it.
I still wear a lot of men's jumpers
coat.
now, to be fair.
Yeah.
And men's coats occasionally.
I think as time's going on and it's evolving, I mean, there's so much more on the market for women now.
Oh my gosh, unbelievable.
I still think some brands, I was looking at a brand the other day actually, looked through the ladies section, it was like, I don't know, 150 products. Go on the men's and it was like 500 to 600 products. So there is still that, but my God, we are so much further than we were.
I think
Massively.
there are no particular, well, I haven't seen that many, I don't want to say there's that many female dedicated only brands. There are still some male ones, but I would say most things are unisex now. There seem to be quite a few that cross over. And obviously women now seem to be more wearing leggings if they're out picking up or beating. Loads of pairs of leggings out there. So many diverse options on leggings. Tops wise, I, to be honest, live in one top. Ginger and Jardine from RB Sporting.
They're really soft. You've got that checked, nice look, but so much more feminine. And actually, they're a lot warmer on a cold shoot day as well.
Yeah, but I don't feel like I get boiling in them either. I've got a couple of the silky ones as well, actually. For
no, but I think with a shirt, it buttons up to hip. Let's be honest, no one wants to button it up to the neck, do they? So then I found I would always wear a t-shirt underneath just to sort of cover your chest a little bit.
Yeah.
Whereas the Ginger and Jardine kind of covers it all, and they look really, really nice.
Yeah, I tell you what, there's another bonus for Ginger and Jardine, and that is if you've got radios and whistles and all sorts of stuff hanging around your neck, they do stop that horrible rubbing.
Yes.
Because you can wear 2 radios if you need to.
You're not getting it tangled around your collar and,
I'm addicted to those.
So, I think we are getting there. It's, massively got there. There's so many things on the market now. You do have to shop around a little bit sometimes. To think, I mean, even boots and that now, there's a lot more women's boots.
I find a lot of boots and stuff unisex.
But they're unisex, aren't they?
Yeah.
Socks, there's a load more like pink and colourful.
Oh my gosh!
Oh, here we go.
Oh my gosh! Oh, I'm all on the socks.
Are there plenty of socks on the market?
There's quite a lot of socks on the market actually.
Yeah,
and much more feminine colours and many more options. Oh my, yeah, I've got quite a few of them.
Yeah,
I'm like building up a collection.
If you don't know, just if any of you out there aren't sure, message us and we can pin you links for brands, because I think some people are, I mean, I don't think I knew of Ginger and Jardine for quite a while. So saw people wearing them. I kept thinking, I really like them. Where are they from? So if there are things that you've seen or aren't sure, message us and we can find some links for you, ping you links to stuff that we wear.
Yes, absolutely.
So you can have
I think
a little
we've
look.
both got quite broad wardrobes now, from stalking to shooting to picking up to the whole lot. Yeah, absolutely.
Our wardrobes are a bit too much, let's just say. We will find you something for every occasion.
Mine's fine.
Yeah, yours.
Mine just needs a few more pairs of socks and we'll be okay. And messaged in, we have a confession.
This one is from Claire. We're not going to do your whole name because we weren't sure if you wanted to be anonymous or not, so we're just going to go for Claire. Hey ladies, love the podcast and have a story to share. It revolves around my retired 12-and-a-half-year-old lab, my husband's dog. This happened
hang on a minute. Blame the husband already, are we?
Yeah, throw him under the bus. Why not? This happened 2 seasons ago on a fabulous little syndicate shoot. My hubby was shooting and I picking up. It was the first season after losing one of my 2 picking up dogs and the other was lame. So I decided to do the nice thing and take my husband's old boy out to pick up. I didn't want to let my picking up team down. He was 10 years old at the time, still loved a day out. So decided to have a lovely day out, just me and him. to stand with my husband on peg or far away from him, thinking that I didn't really want him getting confused about who he was working for. I decided to go far, far, far away. Mistake. On the first drive, I cover an orchard and a wood with one other picker-up. I was standing way back at the top of the orchard, looking down on the orchard to a small wood at the bottom of the hill. My husband was at the other side of the wood in the opposite orchard. When the drive began, my not-so-faithful dog picked a bird about 40 yards into the orchard. I waited for his return, and I waited, and I waited. I radioed my picking-up friend and said, "I've been abandoned. Please cover the runners. I'll hand-pick anything dead near me." And that's what I did. At the end of the drive, along with the pheasants on my game carrier, I set off down to the orchard. No sign of my dog. I entered the wood, and across the stream on the other side of the wood was my dog with 2 pheasants in his mouth, standing at the fence trying to work out how to get the birds to my husband in the orchard on the other side of the fence,
Oh, no.
which was impossible. Safe to say, for the rest of the day, I stood behind my husband.
Why did they do it to you? Just to embarrass you. And you took him for a nice day out.
I know. We've all been there. My partner tries to take mine out, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And it's fine as long as we're not.
You've
They
got to be a
actually
long
do
way from
work
each other
really
and
well
then
for
they're
him.
okay,
But
yeah.
yeah, he couldn't stand behind me. Otherwise, they do bring them back to me. And you can't tell him off, can you? Because it's like, well, that's what she trained me to do. We need more voice notes, people. It's just better in a voice note, isn't it?
Yeah, so much better.
Right, here we go.
I do remember the great Ronnie Wallace, who was legendary for hunting down on Exmoor. And his wife was an alcoholic, bless her. And she'd come for supper one evening with a load of other people and ended up so pissed that I think she'd staggered and fallen asleep into the dog bed down the side of the Arga. And nobody kind of realised she was there until I think they were sort of cleaning up and went into the kitchen. And it was the timing, the kind of comedy timing of Richard's mum. And she said, she always did this sort of sniff. She went, well, there she was in the dog bed. Legs akimbo, no knickers on. Well, she wasn't trying to be seductive.
No knickers on. Oh, wow, that's brilliant.
Wow, thank you for that. She wasn't trying to be seductive.
Wasn't trying to be.
Oh my gosh, I love some of those old ones.
You know where we are. Come on, guys. Leave us a 5-star review. Send us a message. Spam us with all of your ideas, your thoughts, your feedback.
Dob your friend in. If they've done something funny,
yeah.
bad, embarrassing, dob them. You don't have to give us a name. We'll keep you anonymous. We won't actually
Well,
say
give
it to
us
you.
the name. We don't need to pass the name on.
No, but you could. There must be some stories out there you've got all your mates. You need to spill the beans on that one.
barrelsandbanter@gmail.com and on all the usual social medias. And you can listen to us on every podcast
Platform.
And you can listen to us on every podcast platform.